Hey, how are ya? Good to see you all here. Welcome back. It has been too long. It has been a while. It's September, which means fall it's here. It's like right around the corner, which is weird because it felt like yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, was March, but I digress. What are we talking about today? Today, we're talking about flat lay photos. And I had to take your flat lay photos to the next level so you can take them from looking like this to like this in just a few short, easy steps. Let's jump right on into it. What's going on, everybody? My name is Bobby Kweki and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, hey, how are you? Welcome, good to see you. If you're new here, I do dope videos like this all the time on photo stuff, video stuff, awesome how-tos to take your content and your creations to the next level. So if you like all that stuff, drop a follow, drop a subscribe, the bell, all that good YouTube stuff down below. So without further ado, let's jump into Lightroom and start talking about how to take your flat lay photos to the next level. Alright, so here we are in Lightroom. As per my usual, I'm using Lightroom on the iPad. And let's talk about step one, which would be the first step when you're trying to construct your flat lay photo to really bring out all the awesome details of whatever it is you're photographing. In this case, I wanted to do like a cool outdoorsy camping kind of photo shoot, photograph my knife, and I decided to take it up a notch. But before I did that, I had to frame the photo. I had to figure out the placement, and that's the first thing we're going to talk about here for improving our flat lay photos, and that's going to be composition. So as you can see in this photo, what did I want to do? What is the thing I'm highlighting the most, and what is sort of accentuating it? What is the main focus? And that's obviously going to be the knife. Now there's different kinds of flat lay photos as well. There's flat lay photos I've taken. You can see on my Instagram, you can see another thumbnail on the channel where my backpack, all my stuff was spilling out of my backpack. That's not what this is. This is more of a product flat lay where what you want to be showcasing is pretty much dead center, right? It's right there in front of the viewer. They know exactly what it is they're looking at, and everything else just kind of heightens the imagery, the scenery, the motif. But what it is right in front of you. It's clear, it's crisp. This is obviously the subject of the photo. Well, what about that stuff around it? Next, we're going to be talking about accessories to your photo. So in this case, I wanted to do like a cool outdoorsy kind of theme, right? So I had my knife and I wanted to create that kind of camping vibe, mountaineering, rough and tumble vibe. And yes, I did that with the color. I kind of made it a little more desaturated, a little more rugged looking brown, but I also just brought in some leaves from the yard. In addition to that, did my little salt bay, sprinkled some dirt all around it, found some old, what is it, like those things you make it like summer camp? The wire, the rope, the yarn, the cord, that stuff. Anyway, I found some of that stuff and I placed it around it. Well, they really give that sort of rugged, outdoorsy kind of feel. And the final thing I did, and this isn't a trick I can take credit for, it's one that I picked up on the internet, was actually placing items beneath what my main subject is. In this case, two little stones I found in my garden. They went with it, the colors went with it, and they just sort of made the knife pop a little bit as well. So there you go. We have our composition of the photo, and we also have our little extras, our little supporting items, right? And pulling on that thread, the next thing we're gonna be looking at is texture. Now in this photo, as we can see here, if I move it around, the texture is really great. Why? Because I didn't just film it on anything, right? So this is just going to be a piece of like, I guess tiling, like outdoor tile. You pick these up at Home Depot. You can pick up the vinyl versions of them on Amazon. I'll leave a picture somewhere here. But this creates such a great backdrop and really helps set the tone of what the photo is going to be. If I took this photo on like a wood floor or like my desk here, like against like a black flat background, yeah, I guess it would work. I guess maybe, sure, kinda. But this, with that sort of rocky marble in the back, with the sprinkling of the dirt, that texture, that oomph, that flavor of the photo really helps pop. So you got your composition, your extras, your texture. What else? What else could you be missing to really take your flat lay photos to the next level? And this one, Apple Pencil in hand, we're gonna do live. Final thing here that I really think helps accentuate flat lay photos is this guy right here in your Lightroom, and that's going to be the Radial gradient filter, the radial, the circle, not the linear gradient, the radial gradient, right? So what I'm gonna wanna do is create one around it, but I'm not going to be highlighting the item. No, what I'm gonna actually do is hit this button right here on the side and reverse the mask. I'm gonna inverse it. That way, what I can do is once I lower the feather, or I raise the feather just a little more here, see, get it to about there. About there. What I'm going to do is actually just subtly lower the exposure of everything around it to the point where you can still see everything in the photo, but it just tightens up. Just tightens it up and brings it in real close so you can see even more. It's a very subtle trick. I'm not lowering the exposure of the sort of outward circle all that much. All I'm doing here is just bringing the attention even more forward, even more front and center, so that, hey, there you go, there it is. That's what you should be looking at. And that's your final tip, is going to be radial filters. And there you go, your 3 easy, simple, super quick ways to up your flat lay game. And I'd love to see your flat lays at home. So tag me on Instagram, shoot me a DM on Twitter, whatever the kids are doing these days. I would love to see your flat lay photos. And until next time, I hope this video finds you well. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll talk to you again real soon.